Alrighty, so welcome to round 8. Just for context, I thought I'd start this video a little early so you can see that our breakers aren't great. So if we lose this round, we're probably going to miss out on the top 8 by breakers, which is the cut. So thank you all for watching so far. We've got one round left to go because we did go over 128 players. Otherwise, I would have just snuck in at exactly 8th place. So, one match left. And if we win, I think we're in pretty comfortably. And if we lose, we're out pretty comfortably. So, it's a clean win and in to get into the top 8. Not going to lie, I'm pretty nervous. But I'm going to try and play tight. And thanks for joining me so far. Would I like to play first? Yes. First decision out of the way. Oh, yeah. So, this hand is already kind of a mulligan because we've got Gideon. And we don't have any black mana for Fatal Push, so obviously Exemplar into Heart of Kiran is one of the better starts we can have, but with only one land, I think this is a pretty easy mulligan. Oh no, not like this! Not like this! If we scry land to the top, then we've got Scrounger, but we're still stranded on all these white cards. I think this is another mulligan. And this one we can actually keep pretty comfortably. We'll bottom that. We get to go Needle Spires into Inspiring Vantage Heart, and then Swamp into Thalia Crew the Heart. So this is the best hand we've had so far. That's the mirror. Interesting. Alright, we'll stay on target. Heart of Kiran into Thalia, and we'll see how that goes. Like, land Gideon are probably our best next 2 draws that we could play. Oh, and our opponent has the Dream Start. Fatal Push. So, probably what we want to do is play Thalia. Hopefully it turns off our opponent's lands, keep them off Unlicensed Disintegration mana. And then we can go Inspector, Fatal Push next turn. But I think getting on the Thalia on the table is going to be pretty strong here. And we don't have the tools to really win the long game. And we don't know what's in our opponent's hand. So we're just going to bash in and try and race. Yeah, there's a tapped Concealed Courtyard, which is good for us. Yeah, being on the play in this matchup is pretty important, but you know, clearly mulliganing. I mean, he mulled to 6, we mulled to 5, so we both had to mulligan, but it was more painful for us, especially because we're on the play and not the draw. So our opponent was kind of like up 1.5 cards ish. So that coupled with us being on the play means we definitely need to try and close this game out quickly. So our opponent goes like basic into Gideon next turn. That's quite good for them. Our opponent's going to get in for the for 4 damage here. We'll see if they have anything meaningful to follow this up with. Toolcraft Exemplar is probably the best draw we could have here. Because you go Exemplar, Crew the Heart, Smash for 7, play Inspector, play Push. Yes! It's actually not great now that we had the Ballista. So what we're going to have to do is push first, then Exemplar so we can get to our beginning of combat, let the trigger resolve, then Crew and attack. So let's lead on pushing this. Opponent's going to ping us. We'll play Toolcraft Exemplar. We'll play a Throwman Inspector. We'll go to our beginning of combat. Now we can Crew and hit for 7. Unlicensed Disintegration. Like, you know, if I'm just drawing the cards that I want at any juncture, then I'll take a unlicensed Disintegration, please. Otherwise, a Fatal Push or any interactive spell would be nice. Anything that crews the Heart of Kiran would be nice as well. Kill Athalia, huh? Alright. Spire of Industry wasn't a good one. So let's crack our clue and see what we find. We're going to want to keep up a Fatal Push. So, this could be a game where we have to attack with Spire of Industry for the win. So if we top deck a tapped land, then we're going to want to play that. If we top deck a push, we're going to want to play that. Yeah, this is tough. What land do we play and what do we leave up? Probably play the... Crack the clue using the Inspiring Vantage in the Swamp. So then if we draw push, we can still cast it off the Spire. Yeah, let's do that. Gideon. Okay, well that gives us the win next turn. I think. So what we have to do is attack with the Heart of Kiran. Heart of Kiran puts them to 5. And then we Gideon, crew up the Heart of Kiran, attack again. Yeah, and if our opponent has Fatal Push at any point, then we're pretty much dead. We'll leave the Inspector Black to block the Toolcraft, because if our opponent has something that crews the Heart, they can put us to 1, and then we'd need to chump block here. It's a close game. Our opponent had the Unlicensed Disintegration, and we didn't. That's a pretty big game changer in these matchups. Don't push me, bro. Ah! That might be game. That was a good good push there. Yeah, it's extra bad because now our Exemplar can't get in for extra damage. We can't tap the Spire of Industry for colored mana, but that shouldn't make a big difference. But we do need to find an answer for the Heart of Kiran next turn. And our own Heart of Kiran also isn't good enough. Yeah, that Fatal Push was probably game-winning. Ugh. Yeah, that's definitely game. Yeah, our opponent's going to crew the Heart of Kiran using Gideon, attack with Heart and Exemplar. They're going to move to their beginning of combat step so that if I have a push, well, I guess it would. I don't think I could have anything, but still. So if I kill the Heart of Kiran, this still gets the bonus. I'm going to attack with both. I'm forced to chump, and then I can't deal with 3 threats. Alright, so in the mirror, let's go take out the Exemplars, because they get shot down by the Ballista. We can take out Nahiri. Flow is obviously good against the Scroungers. We'll bring in the Release the Gremlins to take out all the artifacts. And the Fragmentize to deal with the artifacts as well. Now, I haven't seen a lot of our opponent's deck if they're on like the Planeswalker Oaths plan. If they're on the Planeswalkers and Oaths plan, then Chandra can be pretty good for threatening their Planeswalkers. Maybe we don't want all the artifact removal, if that's the case. So we could hedge and take out the Fragmentize for the Chandra. Or one of the Release the Gremlins for the Chandra. And then if they are in the Planeswalker plan, we get to pressure them a little bit more. And they're probably aware of the Release the Gremlin sideboard plan, so, you know, overloading that on that might not be the best here. We've still got plenty of outs for what we will see. Ballista's good. Like all of these. Thalia on the play, I like. It was pretty disruptive in that last game. Alright, let's try this, see how it goes. Yes, I'd like to play first. Sure, I'll keep this in. We don't have any way to crew a Heart of Kiran. But if our opponent plays a turn 2 Heart of Kiran, we can snipe it with the Release the Gremlins. Spire of Industry will provide coloured mana as long as Heart of Kiran's in play. So the Release the Gremlins will make a 2-2, and then if we play the Ballista on 2, they can both crew to fuel the heart, which is pretty good. I'm going to prioritize paying life with the Spire of Industry over the Aether Hub in this spot, because if something does happen to our Heart of Kiran, then we want the energy off the Aether Hub. And paying the life off the Spire is going to be a little harder to come by. This looks like a walking Ballista. Yep. So we know our Release the Gremlins is going to be live this game. Alright, so we're going to go on... Your turn, Unlicensed Disintegration, untap Gideon and with Heart in play. Which means we have to go black off the Spire of Industry. Sorry, red off the Spire of Industry, black here, colourless, for the Unlicensed Disintegration. And then Spire, Aether Hub for white and Gideon. So if our opponent, for instance, like releases the Gremlins on our Heart, then that's going to be particularly nasty. Alright, we can take the 1. Don't mind about that. Scrounger. Scrounger's pretty threatening for our Gideon, so I'm happy to get that off the table more than the Ballista. So now, as said, white, white, black, black. We'll play the Gideon. So we're going to play into push. Yeah, if they don't have it, then it's much better to attack. Well, actually, if they don't have it and they have Unlicensed Disintegration, then this goes to 3, and they can kill the Knight, kill a Gideon. I think we still go for it. Getcha. Getcha. You don't have Fatal Push. Get out of here. Ah, alright, they had it. So we can still Walking Ballista, play a tapped Courtyard, and that gives us the mana for double Release the Gremlins next turn. Oh no. Alright, well they had the exact combo that punishes us there. So hopefully our opponent plays something massive next turn, and that allows us to get value out of double Release the Gremlins. Sky Sovereign would be a pain because it would kill the Walking Ballista. I'll accept just a humble Heart of Kiran. Yeah, our opponent's push plus disintegrate was exactly what they needed to kill a Gideon there, which is unfortunate. Huh. Okay. So our opponent traded their push and their ballista for our ballista. Not sure what that's about. But we kind of had a force play there. They go land into Gideon, that's bad for us, obviously. Walking Ballista on 1, okay. Alright, well here's that giant mana sink. Walking Ballista for 3. Bring it. So now if they play a Sky Sovereign, we just shoot face, 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 and then release the Gremlins, both of them, because we want to have both targets. And taking one isn't a big deal there. Okay, sweet. In terms of setting up release the Gremlins, that's still great for us. Ooh, Heart of Kiran. So there's a good chance their opponent's sitting on a release the Gremlins of their own. So playing Heart of Kiran with the Ballista on the tables could be asking for trouble. So I think we just make the straightforward play of shoot these guys, get our Gremlins, and get in for 3. Our opponent can't even like pump and then shoot the Scrounger for, you know, that kind of value. By the way, we still haven't seen any evidence that they're on like the Oath and Planeswalkers plan. So that may affect our sideboarding decision. Okay, they're going to bring back the other Scrounger. So if our opponent has nothing, we win. That's pretty unlikely. If they have land, release the Gremlins, target these two. For whatever reason, we can shoot, and then shoot you. Put them on a 2-turn clock. But I'm feeling in a pretty good spot for this particular game. Yeah, I still have this open. Let's full screen this bad boy. So, might as well attack the Scrounger, unless you're following up with Heart of Kiran to Crew or something like that. We're not going to block, because I think we can win this race. Especially with Spire of Industry being painful for opponent's mana. Alright, well, we're certainly responding to this. So if our opponent's last 2 cards are land, release the Gremlins, paying both of these is quite bad. Oh, and actually, we could just bring back the Scrounger and attack for 3. So if we play both of these and worst case scenario double release the gremlins, then we just bring back Scrounger. We've got 3 attackers to their 2 gremlins. So we still win in that scenario. Go out with style. Tap your Spire of Industry for colored mana. I don't think there's a way out of this for opponent. Yeah. Alright, so game 3. Haven't seen any Planeswalkers, so I think Chandra is worse than Nahiri to start off with. Our opponent still has all their Scroungers, it seems, so release the Gremlin's still going to be great. Haven't seen any Sky Sovereigns, where release the Gremlins is better than Fragmentize. But we're on the draw. I think I value the tempo of the Fragmentize, of just being able to, you know, snipe their turn 2 like Heart of Kieran rather than release the Gremlins, where you're still going to take a hit. So I like the Fragmentize here. I certainly like the Incendiary Flow against like turn 2 Scroungers. We want to push the Inspectors. Still want the Hearts, Scroungers. It's going to get... Thalia's worse on the draw. Maybe we just want all of our release the Gremlins. And at that point, we want Nahiri over Athalia, something like this. So this gives us all the artifact removal. The problem with this is sometimes you can have too many of these stranded in your hand. We want the Inspectors, the Pushes, the Flows, the... yeah. Yeah, alright. Let's give this a shot and see how we go. Dealer 1 time. Inspector into Scrounger, into other stuff. We've got all our colours. I think we can make this hand work. Let's do it. Ooh, Fatal Push is a nice draw as well. It's a good answer to Heart of Kieran and such. So our opponent must have multiple 2-drops for them to be thinking like this. Looks like they're going to go with the Ballista. Okay. We'll play out our fast lands. Get in with our Inspector. We'll play a Scrounger. And pass. Certainly come out of the gates more quickly than our opponent. Now if opponent plays like Thalia, then we get to crack Clue, Fatal Push the Thalia, and then get him for 4. So that'd be pretty nice for us. Ha! That's exactly what's happening. So let's crack... And the cool thing is here, we still have double white and 4 mana for our Gideon. So crack our Clue. Play our Swamp. Push the Thalia. And get him for 4. And we can have some nice options for next turn as well. Now Gideon the play is always tricky. But if not, then our Gideon hopefully will get some work done. And if Gideon turns out to be a bad player, we've always just got Scrounger and Ballista. Oh, okay, release the Gremlins as Scrounger, sure. Now I've got Inspector to block Ballista. Knight Ally to block Gremlin. And hopefully this Gideon sticks. If we draw an untapped land next turn, we get to go something like Scrounger Disintegrate, which would be nice. If not, we can just go like Ballista for 2. Yeah, we still got options, which seems pretty good here. Scrounger, okay. Good aggressive creature. Leaving up Push or probably not Exemplar at this point in game 3. Opponent's thinking, if we push the Knight Ally, then we can get in with Ballista and Gremlin here. But I can still block the Thraben Inspector here. So our opponent definitely has push. They're thinking about pushing the Knight Ally so they can pressure the Gideon. Yep. And they went for it. With both. I don't think you want to attack with this Ballista. Yeah, okay. Chump attacking the Ballista in doesn't seem good. Ooh, Heart of Kieran's a nice draw. So our Ballista assassinates their Ballista. I don't know if that's great here, seeing as we're already blocking the Ballista. Scrounger crews the Heart of Kieran without Gideon taking loyalty damage, though. Oh, 2/2s seem pretty big on this board. So what we want to do is play our Heart of Kieran, which we can... So if we Ballista, shoot their Ballista, they probably just ping the Gideon. Then we 0 Gideon to make a token, Heart of Kieran. We can't crew the heart at that point. So if we play Ballista, Heart of Kieran, Ballista on Ballista, and then plus the Gideon, then Gideon stays on 2 and we can crew the heart in their turn. Then we chump and eat. If we play Ballista for 2... This is tough. If we play Ballista for 2, then we get to eat their Ballista. Block, block. We're kind of the control at the moment because we're the ones with the Planeswalker in play. But we could also just get super aggressive, plus the Gideon, attack for 5. Our opponent can't really block. They go to 10. And then we play Heart and Scrounger. They have to send everything, and then we've got Burn out of our hand. I think we don't quite have the tools to protect the Gideon. So let's just get aggressive and try and close this game out. We actually have good attacks as well if we don't care about protecting the Gideon. Yeah, if they're just going to attack the Gideon next turn. Like, we're going to play Scrounger and Heart. And we can block one thing, like the Scrounger. Heart blocks Scrounger. And then they get in for 3. So yeah, we can't defend Gideon even if we leave back this. Because they can just... If we go Scrounger and Heart this turn, Scrounger crews Heart in their turn, blocks the Scrounger. Say they all attack at Gideon. They attack Gideon for 3. If we leave back the Inspector, then we block that. But they can still attack and shoot. But if we're going to be aggressive, I think every point's going to count. We're just going to get in. This forces our opponent to attack a bunch, and it leaves us with good attacks next turn. So we just want to chip away, get their life total really low, and then maybe even 4 mana shock them twice for the win. Okay, so that's all good. Put him down to 9. We play Heart of Kieran and Scrounger. I think this plan is better than just waiting around. Especially because our opponent has a pile of spells in hand. Okay, there's a tap land. They've still got the 3 spells from last turn. They can kill Gideon now, but we'll attack back for a lot of damage. Alright. That's fine. Our opponent having double release the gremlins this game is obviously good for them. So Scrounger hits Gideon and they leave back everything else. Okay. So what we want to do here is disintegrate a gremlin, attack with Scrounger, they'll block with another gremlin, then we get to bring it back. We'd have to bring it back with black mana, which means tapping Spire of Industry first. So we want to go like this. So we want to set a stop in our damage step. Do we attack with the Inspector? If we attack with Inspector, the gremlin eats it. Scrounger connects, or they chump with Ballista. I think the attack with Inspector might actually be pretty good here. Because either they eat it and then we bring back the Scrounger, or they don't, which means they've blocked the Scrounger, which means we bring back the other Scrounger, which means we got him for a point of damage. So I like attacking with both. This is a bit weird on Magic Online. We're going to have to float black. Oh no, we're not actually going to be able to do this. Oh no, that's not going to work. Because yeah, when the damage is dealt, we won't have a point where we can float mana. See? So the question now is, do we play the Ballista for 1? I think so. Yeah, we can play Ballista for 1. Actually, what we want to do is play Ballista for 2, shoot, and then Ballista for 3, shoot. So, let's leave it as is. Yeah, getting our opponent down to 5 is pretty huge here. Like I said, it means we can, if we draw an untapped land on either turn, or a tapped land next turn, we just play Ballista for 2, shoot, shoot, and then Ballista for 3, shoot, shoot, shoot. So our opponent has to get us dead in 2 combat steps. So yeah, the attack with the Thraben Inspector is actually pretty good. Quite good even. Cool thing about this line is also that we get to block with the Ballista and then shoot, or force our opponent to use a removal spell on it and then shoot. So it's going to be constricting our opponent's plays as well. If we don't draw a land next turn, we might want to get in there with the Inspector, depending on what our opponent plays. Yeah, so what we should have done is unlicensed disintegration using Spire of Industry. That might have been a big punt there. There is a way that we could have tapped last turn to make it work better. So this is Gideon? Chandra, okay. Chandra to Nuggis, okay. So if we attack and they don't block, they got a 4, then we flow them down to 1 and shoot them for 1. So our opponent has to block here or they're dead. I don't think they're going to chump block. All right. Ballista for 1. Shoot you, and then flow you. Make sure we don't redirect to Chandra. Either time. Do you want to redirect? No. Incendiary flow. Would you like to redirect? No. I've got one more click to go! And then that's it! One more click! Give me the click! Let me click no! Ah! Peg me, that's fine. No. Yes! Alright. There we go, there you have it. Incendiary flow, the sideboard tech I haven't seen many people employ. Getting the job done. Yeah, I think we made a couple of mistakes in that game. Not tapping incorrectly so we couldn't bring back the Scrounger was pretty bad. But we managed to eke in for every single little tiny point of damage and then dome our opponent for the finish. So that puts our record at 7-1. And I find it extremely unlikely that 7-1's not good enough. There aren't any 8-0s. So there's these two guys are going to duke it out. One of these guys is going to be 7-1, and then I will be in the top 6. So there you have it. Thanks for joining, guys. 7-1 in the online RPTQ, and cool. I guess that's Pro Tour Amonkhet. Fingers crossed everything goes well, but thanks for tuning in, and hopefully I'll see you again next time.